It's definitely Tuesday. It's a little dark in here because I'm in my garage and I'm over here by my cauldrons and they have to be kept in the dark. I want to say first of all, is that if this is your first time in my live, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel the Jr. I am the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. I want to say salutations to my madrina, my Oba, and to all of my brothers and sisters in E5 Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, and Adjay. To all of you that are concerned about your spirituality and what real magic is. And what's up, Shamari? How you doing, baby? Um, to each and every one of you guys that are concerned as a melanated man or woman, gay, straight, or bi, rich or poor, concerned about your spirituality and all the things that go into allowing you to have a better understanding of your culture, where you come from, where your energy come from, and how we utilize these energies in order for a manifestation. Because at the end of the day, no matter what you practice, what you participate in, you want manifestation. You know, praying is about manifestation. Abos offering is about manifestation. So this is very important to melanated people and to see change come into your life. What's up there, my crab cakes in the house? Monique 444. Then my Karen O'Brien. How you doing? I was actually working on your stuff. Um, and that's my Gemini. And I got Gemini back to back. Demetrius in the house. So one of the things that I want to discuss today, because this is Mars energy. Monique said I'm looking good. You know I'm a Sagittarius. My moon is Aries and rising about to get my attention. So, um, I'm in a dark part of my house because I try to keep my cauldrons in because they shadow spirits. So I try to Apollo spirits. I try to keep them in the dark. So that's why I'm actually it's daytime, morning time, but as it looks night in here because I keep it dark. One of the things that I want to talk about today, and I want to talk about this because it's not about as you come in, chime in, hit that like button, hit the shares. I am not interested in changing minds. That is not why I teach. Neither do I give information. I believe that grown people, living grown people, have a right to choose what they want to believe in, no matter the outcome. I'm gonna say that again. When I share knowledge, wisdom, and understanding on my platform, it is intended for melanated people, but it's also intended for people that resonate. I do realize that everybody is in a certain state. Hello, certain state of mind, and so therefore they don't have the opportunities that I've had to develop and to grow into my spirituality, grow in my belief system, and all this is important. And this is why you're not gonna really understand why, depending on where you learn, where you were taught, it's going to interfere in your spirituality. I don't care where you are, who you are, where you got trained at, what you were exposed to, what you were taught that was right, and it was magic. It's going to really affect how you perceive magic when it comes down to the ATR. Thank you so much, Demetrius. You have to remind me. You and Ryan remind me all the time. This is a montage channel. So I've been going through a series of communicating with people and trying to figure out what is it that I can teach and share that is going to help people that came up in the church or got church influence. So let me explain what I mean by church influence. You don't ever have to go to church, but most people have had Christian influence. And you don't have to go to Bible study, revivals, none of that, and still have church influence. Our country is full of people that talk about a God they ain't never met. They talk about a God that they ain't never experienced. And they talk about a God that they believe in, that He's said certain things, even though all of the books of the Bible are not in the Bible. I'm gonna say it again. For somebody that is claiming to be of a faith, but all of the information was not in the Bible, even though the Bible talks about other books that belong in the Bible. So even in the concept of learning Christianity and the Bible and all of this, we have to acknowledge that we have half truth, half information, and most of the people that are diehard believers in this thing called Christianity, I'm going to say this, they ain't never read that whole Bible. Most of the people got opinions and drawing conclusions. They ain't never, ever, ever read the whole Bible. So I don't know how you come to conclusions in a belief system that you ain't studied, even though the Bible tell you to study. So we know that Christianity and most Christians have no problem whatsoever living a contradictory life. That's not the issue. What I want to teach you today is about the word, the what is the devil, and where it derived from, and why we see so many people utilize it when it comes down to the ATRS or the black artists. And one of the things that I am not here to do, and I'm going to say this again, I don't need your agreement or disagreement to tell the truth. Okay? And most people that are not interested in the truth don't have a problem demonizing or calling somebody a devil. Now, based off the scripture, what's up there, Jeremy? Salutations to you as well. Now, before we get into the ATRs, first of all, most of us are not educated enough to understand that the term devil is a title. Just like the title of sergeant, lieutenant, colonel, what's another title? Private, teacher. These are all titles. In the English language, you have to understand anything can be depicted as a devil, which if it is a deceiver, a spirit that deceives. Now remember, I'm a Bible study scholar. So when it comes down to, remember when God wanted to deceive Ahab? He said, which one are you going to go down and convince Ahab to go into battle? And a spirit came up and said, I will go down and be a lying spirit in the mouth of the prophets. You understand? When you are talking about the devil, remember the scripture says, I the Lord, God, do all these things. So God at times can be titled as the devil. I know this is going to mess some of y'all, but based off of the titles and the operations of the spirits, they can fall up under the title of a devil because of the attributes. Just like Gabriel is a warring spirit, but he also can kill. Sashael rules over Jupiter, Thursday, also can kill. They can be messenger. an angel or spirit can have more than one title. Just like I'm a santero, just like I am an apostle, just like I'm a chief. They're all titles. And we get so caught up in demonizing somebody for functioning in an office and not understanding they can do both works. They can do good or they can do evil. And it's only evil based off, okay, it's only evil based off of the person experiencing. I'm gonna say this like this: if I'm protecting my flock, if I'm protecting my family, if I'm protecting my client, then it is not depicted by my clients or my family that I'm doing evil. But the person on the other end of the work is going to call it the devil. I want us to understand that these terminology that we grew up with, we have very little understanding. And I'm not trying to get you to understand anything but the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. If you're going to go around here and practice the ATRS and you're going to work the black arts, and you're going to have to be knowledgeable of why people say the things they say out of ignorance, even though they think they're doing what is right. I want our people to be able to embrace true magic, true energy, true arche. So we're not caught up in titles. We're not caught up in people labeling us, because whether black people want to admit this or not, we care about what other folks say about us, especially white folks. Because if you did not care, we wouldn't be going through the changes we're going through. Because our sciences develop us in a way that we can defend ourselves. Our sciences develop us in a way that we will evolve beyond our circumstance and situation. You understand? This is why when you are, before you get into any ATR, you got to go ahead and deprogram yourselves of ideas or images or experience. And what's up, my jealous sweet, that you already got in your head? Let me tell y'all something. Mother Susan told me this. She told me a few times. She said, Apostle, she said, if it wasn't for you and the way that you operate in voodoo, she said, I would have never gave voodoo a chance because of my mindset. The more people acknowledge, black people that acknowledge that they see black arts, ATRs as people, it's called special Christian. Even a Christian that get help from the ATR, they quick to call us devils or demons, right? I want you to know where it comes from. It is a title that describes an action. In this particular word, is deceiver, accuser of the brethren. A lot of people, this is where Jesus called the Pharisees and the Sadducees a generation of vipers. He said these words. He said, if you were of Abraham, you would receive me. But you not of Abraham, you are of the devil. What's up, Natasha, my Aquarius on that North Carolina? And I'm gonna break this down. Here is the people that are accusing Jesus of being the devil, but they the one acting like the devil. I'm gonna say this again. This is Yahshua clarifying for many of us that will come down this path, that the very people that are calling you the devil, they meet more of the description, the adjectives of that said spirit or that particular title. He was saying to us in clear time, if you receive Abraham, you will receive me. If you receive Oshun, you will receive me. If you will receive Sete Rios, you will receive me. It's impossible for you to say that you are a child of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, a child of Cynthia, a child of a particular faith, and then in people, there are other children that not of your faith, of your fold, not, of your faith, but not of your fold, come around, and you quickly to call them the devil because of how they operate. Well, I want black people, because we quick to run our mouths and don't have all the information. I'm trying to get many of us to embrace what is natural to our energy, what is natural to our mind state. To really get into black art, that healing that's there, to really get into the Ache of Orishas. You got to get rid of colonized thinking and where it came from, and the mere fact that you're not trying to educate yourself to the point that you speak with clarity and you speak with understanding. This is why you will very seldom hear me, unless I'm teaching it now, use the word devil. I don't talk about Lucifer. A lot of black people talk about, I'm just being, even in my church, they be talking about shit they don't even know. They don't know the science behind the light bringer, Lucifer, which is nothing but a compound of sulfur. Most people know that Lucifer don't exist. It's a title. That's why anybody can be a Luciferian because it's a title. Anybody can be a devil because it's the title. Anybody can be a god because it's the title. Anybody can be a goddess because it's the title. Anybody can be, let me say that. Anybody can fit, if you follow, as a lieutenant. They're all titles. There are titles of spirit. In every religion, there are spirits that would be labeled as devils. But they're doing the work of God. They're doing the work that the Orishas, they're doing the work and following the instruction of the divine. If we really want to grow, if we really want to understand stuff, then you got to get rid of the way that you think about spirituality, the ATRS. They're nothing but titles. The reason why Yahshua kept being labeled by that generation as the devil, because they were the devil. They were deceiver. Yahshua wasn't running around there deceiving people. Yahshua wasn't the one that would run around and sowing discord among the brethren. It was the Sadducee. The people, whether it's Christianity, whether it's people that left out of Christianity, people with that mindset will see the wickedness or the evil that they perceive in other people, but it's really being projected and it's coming from them. I want you to understand that anybody can be a devil. The man of God can be a devil by the mere fact this, when you talk about opposition, that's why when you call the word intranquil spirit, any type of spirit, Any spirit that did not die in peace falls up under the category or the title of an integral spirit. Any spirit that is associated with water, work with water, falls up on a water spirit. A fire spirit can still work with water magic if it's a association. It doesn't directly have to be a water spirit, but it will fall up under the category of a water spirit. If we don't understand, and all I'm asking people to do is take out time. If you don't understand something, if you don't have clarity in something, if you don't know something, then stop walking around here saying things, and then when you get the reversal, because you're gonna call it being attacked, but the truth is, because of you continuously perpetuating ignorance, you are touching and dealing with things and calling things that are not. This is what the scripture said. You can't call good evil and evil good. So if that be true, how you gonna call something evil when you don't know if it's evil? How you gonna call something good when you don't know it's good? You're only basing whether it's good or evil off of your experience. It's too many scriptures in the Bible that show you what God will do and what God will allow, what type of spirits. Satan is a title. I keep trying to tell black people, you keep missing the boat because it's only derived because of Saturn. But the reason why we in the church, because we like talking about people anyway. We love calling people the devil. She full of the devil. He full of the devil. Because they in agreement with you. Because they doesn't support you. Because they are in opposition against you. Because they don't believe in what you believe in. Because they're not a part of your clique. Think about why we really call people the devil. And it's normally people that we done been in relationship with, and now how can a man become the devil? That if he was the devil, he was the devil when you were trying to get that dick. If she was the devil, she was the devil when you were trying to get that pussy. If y'all in a gay relationship, when you trying to lick that pussy, it was devil pussy. When you trying to get that dick, sir, that's the devil dick. You didn't care until you had issue. And that's what I'm talking about. Most black people, issues come and labels come after they done had a encounter with somebody and it did not go their way. And that's when you become the devil. Before all that, it was friend, we family. The average person that's saying they're being deceived ain't being deceived. You went into that knowing certain things and you tried to get it to go your way. And when it didn't go out your way, you turned around and told people you got deceived. I was with my mom yesterday. And we were watching an episode of Judge Judy. And the woman was suing the beautician for her hair falling out. And when you got common sense and when you are knowledgeable about stuff, you know who lying. So long story short, Judge Judy told that woman, you don't have a case. She said because you came back 2 months later to tell her that your hair was falling out. She said, whether you get a perm or relaxer, if you get a chemical burn, you're going to know immediately. I'm going to say it again. She said, you're going to know immediately if you got a chemical burn. It's not going to take you 2 months. You're going to know right then and there. What's up, Ryan? When people trying to get what they want, this is why you get people called the devil in Ifa, voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi. Half of these people are not trying to learn how this stuff really works. They're not trying to learn why there's certain behaviors they have going to cause them problems. They're not trying to learn how to function with tatas, mumbos, hugans. They're not trying to understand the role of the elate. You coming in to get what you want, and because of that mindset that you have, you're not trying to understand the rules and the regulations of none of these traditions. And I guarantee you done called them people devils. You done told them how much you appreciate them. You done told them how much you love them. But you done called them people devils because now you ain't getting what you want. Or you perceive you should be expected for something that you really ain't. You know how many times I done had people walk away from my church because of something I said. They didn't get their manifestation right away. And that every so often I have somebody come back and say, Apostle Ela, you told me this XYZ. Every night, and I always acknowledge those people, because if you gonna call me the devil because you think I'm wrong or I'm doing something wrong, and then when you find out that I was right, are you man enough or you woman enough to come back and correct that? Are you gonna go back to the same people that you told that I was the devil and correct that? The average person is not going to do it. Not only the average person is not going to apologize for calling you the devil, but they're not going to go back to them same people that they have said things to about you and correct that. And those are the people are the devils in that format. Because you don't even acknowledge when you're wrong. You don't even acknowledge when you're hasty. When you don't even acknowledge when you don't have all the facts. It's people quick to get an emotional reaction when they don't even have all the facts. You don't even have a right to have an emotional reaction because you ain't heard both stories. You only heard from the prosecutor. You only heard from the defense attorney. Or you only heard from your daughter. You ain't heard from your son-in-law. You're drawing conclusions. And you ready to call somebody the devil based off the information you are privy to. You don't even know if that's totally factual. Because quite naturally, your daughter will never lie, but you a big liar. Your son will never lie, but you a big liar. You know. So these are the things that prohibit you from getting into the deeper aspects of universal law, universal magic. And these are the things that people are not interested in learning because they have. Let me tell y'all something. When you don't have good intention from the get-go, my mom would say all this all the time. She said, if it start out wrong, it gonna end up wrong. If you had good intention when it comes to Ifa, voodoo, Santeria, Christianity, the first thing you're going to do is study. The first thing you're going to do is listen. That's the last thing the average person is trying to do. They got a situation, they got a circumstances. People don't even know. A lot of times, spirits be in the background, moving stuff, shifting stuff. And when you don't understand the time frame that it may take for certain manifestation, you think that when you put an order in today, just say for instance, you put an order in today, you already know that I work for a lot of people. You already know that. But you turn around and say, when I ain't talking about my clients. Just give you an idea. Expect like somebody just drop what they were doing and they gonna tend to your order or tend to what you got going on. You build relationships with people that if you want them to stop on a dime for you, meaning that you have the relationship with that individual that they will do that for you, and that's why you behave like that. But some of y'all ain't even built a relationship with no tata, mumbo, pastor, apostle, evangelist, minister, none of that, and you're quick. Because people don't respond to what you call an emergency. They're calling the devil. 2 weeks ago, you were just thinking them about something that they gave you or supported you in. But 2 weeks later, they're the devil. I want us to really think about why we so quickly, just like our colonizers, to call everything the devil. Now that you know that the devil is nothing but a title. Now that you have knowledge as a Christian. Now that you got knowledge, and go look it up. Because that's all it is. But you quickly to call that woman a whore, and she ain't got nothing but the devil. But when she was feeding your ass, she was God sent. And I ain't talking about nobody, and I'm not concerned how black people in and out, because the truth is the truth. And one thing, I leave here today or tomorrow, when you see my videos, ain't nothing but nigga true. And just because I'm speaking it, it don't make it true. It's true because it's the truth. Not because it came from my lips, not because it came from my tongue. It's just the truth. The more you grew up, I'll be slow to speak. That's good, the wisdom. The more you grew up in the church or had church influence, you are very prone to call people, places, and things the devil. Especially if it's different than what you have experienced. I don't tell people, no, you don't want the devil. You don't want my help. You don't want the devil help. Can I help you? Absolutely. Is it within my capability of helping you? Absolutely. But you won't even acknowledge you've been calling me the devil. And that's why it's certain things I'm going to tell y'all. There are people dying of sickness. There are people going through changes. And the reason why they can't get the help that they need and could get is because they're too ashamed. They done call that man or woman the devil so long that now they in need. Now they rather die like a fool instead of swallowing their pride and apologizing for the behavior that they have as an individual. Most of this stuff ain't got nothing to do with spiritual. Most people just not decent. You don't even want to acknowledge when you wrong about a person. Most people tell me, you know what, Apostle Ely is mean. I'm not mean. You hard-headed. Before you admit that you hard-headed and you stubborn and stuck in your way, you will call me mean. Before you acknowledge that you came to get and not give, before you acknowledge that you looking for something for nothing, you will say, I'm using you. See, these other preachers and the tatas and spiritual people, they're not going to tell you about your ass. But I will. I can afford to tell you the truth. You're not spiritual. because you won't acknowledge you were wrong about something, or you were not abreast or knowledgeable about something. And now that you are, will you go back and get that stuff right? This is so true. I used to always say this when I was younger, but now it's the reverse. In a couplet, magic, Lucifer is definitely a title in a state of anybody will see that the spirit does. I'm trying to see Demetrius sealed by a few minutes. Let me tell y'all something. Energy can take on any shape, any form. you a spirit or will appear. We are avatars. We can appear in any shape, form, or fashion. When your energy, if it there's spells where spirits will take human form. So you feel comfortable about them manifesting. But that may not be their real form. And then you mess around and see their true form, and then you call them the devil. But they've been helping you in a human form, in a human manifestation the whole time. It's just that you told the spirit, I want to see who you really are. Did that change the energy? Did that now that you see who this spirit really is? Because only reason why it manifested like that is for your comfort. It wasn't trying to be deceptive. It just knew where your head was, and it manifested for your benefit. The Orishas don't look like Shango, Oshun. They don't have human form. They can take human form, and most spirits can, but they are energy of creation. That's when the wind blow, that's the ancestor. That's my Fadifun. Oh yeah. Bringing the ancestors through the wind, through the atmosphere. I thought, wait a minute. I thought that was just like, if I can't give, I'm not gonna give you the combination compound because it's alchemy without. But if you understood sulfur, and there's two other compounds that go along with sulfur, sulfur represents your soul. To all of y'all, that divine spark, the Holy Ghost, the light that you keep talking about, the light bringer, is sulfur. We all are light bringers, set up on a hill that cannot be hid. Light bringer. Sulfur. That's why when we use sulfur in spells, it affects the soul, positive or negative, and is ruled by Sun and is ruled by Saturn. It's associated. You don't know enough to be calling somebody the devil. That's what I want to come on here. I want you to know you don't know enough about any of these religions, any spirituality. You ain't been in it long enough. You ain't been dedicated long enough for you to be calling anybody the devil. What if you find out the day of tomorrow that the person you thought was deceiving you or scamming you, they really was? Are you going to go back and are you going to go back and get that right? Or are you going to become the same devil that you were talking about? Because now you deceive them. Because even if you were ignorant, now that you're not ignorant, now that you have been enlightened, don't you want to correct that? Now that you call that person evil and wicked and the devil for practicing the black arts, if you would do the same thing if you had the power that I had, will you apologize to me? If you could do the same thing that I was doing spiritually, you actually bother people and you actually be in people business. I don't be in people business. I don't break up people's homes. Some people that call people the devil got a worse resume than they do. Yes, I would. I have never liked it when people do it to me, so I would not do it to someone else. I'm better than those who did it. Shamari, I'm gonna tell you something, baby. Don't let the people that you've been in a relationship, because I'm telling y'all, half of the stuff y'all think people doing you wrong, it's just that you were expecting something they couldn't give. How many times that I've said this in relationship? Well, I don't care, it's your family. Number one, you can't say your family did you wrong if you on your spiritual journey, because it's personal. How you gonna hold somebody accountable when it comes down to your religion? It is a personal journey. Whether your husband go or not, it's irrelevant. The people you're mad with right now about your spiritual journey, nobody. It's between you, your ego, and your whatever you call God. That's what your spiritual journey is. The average person sitting right here, Lord, watching this, is mad with somebody because they had a right to have a different opinion, a different position in the situation. Just like you have a right. I'm gonna say it again. This is why you see me. I always tell people, I ain't here to change your mind. It's not my responsibility. I don't have to get frustrated with people what they do, what they need to do or not, because I don't control them. You think you control people. You think because you gave somebody your advice, they should have took it. Now, if the advice worked out, you want credit. But if the advice don't work out, are you gonna take responsibility and help that person repair whatever was destroyed? Or you're not gonna do that. So how are you a good person? How many people have taken your advice and it didn't work out, and you stuck there with them until it got right? We only want what we do and say that help people to be acknowledged. What about those people that it go another way? That's why I don't tell people what to do. And when I ride with somebody, I ride with them through the good and the bad. That's how I work. When the court case ain't looking the way we wanted to look, I'ma still work. I'ma still fight. I'ma still do what I gotta do. Y'all ain't like that. When the doctor report comes out in a negative way, I'ma still pray for your healing. I'ma still pray for your spiritual victory when it comes to your body. because I know the wind don't blow the same way. To get the results that I have gotten in my life, it has not been because every situation that I stepped in that it was favorable. People weren't always in position for the very things they were asking for. People didn't have the mindset of the very things they were. They right now, I got some people that God is just to move for them, but they ain't a bit more in position for the blessing that is coming their way. But they've been warned, told way before now, and they did nothing to get themselves in position. So when something like this happened for them, this could catapult them in such a beautiful position in their life. You understand? I've been giving knowledge, wisdom, and understanding the whole time. I've been trying to get y'all to get classes. I've been trying to get y'all to do your membership. I've been trying to get y'all to do instant. Just because I don't come on here, if you want instant burns, if you were dedicated to instant burns and know it was working for you, all you got to do is send the money. I'm going to do your work. When something is working for you, black people, why do you stop? Why somebody got to keep on telling you what works for you, what helps you? When you do wrong, nobody got to tell you nothing. When you want to do wrong, nobody got to tell you nothing. Nobody got to encourage you. You find a way of doing all that on your own. But when it comes to the things that are good for your soul, that are good for your spirituality, that are good for your life, you got to be reminded, take your vitamins. I'm even going to say this, even though I'm guilty of this. Drink your water. Why when it comes to stuff because that you the devil in your life. You the one, the Bible said, be not deceived, God is not mocked. Whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. Your actions, you reaping up your own action, your inactions. And the reason why I'm telling you all this, because this is going to affect your spell work. This is going to affect your outcome. This is going to affect your relationship with Mpungo, with Loas, Nkisi, Orisha. Whatever your particular pantheon, whether you Mayat, Bast, Egyptian magic, it don't matter. The devil is a title. And it is associated with the black arts because colonized people wanted the depiction of for black people to not embrace their own power. We had religion before Christianity came along. Miracle signs and wonders was already being wrought. If we millions and millions of years old as a people, Christianity on 250 some years old. 200 and some years old. How Christianity gonna be the God without beginning and the God without end? How the Christianity gonna be the Alpha and the Omega? Make that make sense. Healing was going on. Manifest sorcery. Only thing sorcery means that you are the source. You are the energy. You are the Christ in you, the hope of glory. That's all sorcery is. When you utilize the energy, the Ache on the inside of you, the God or Goddess on the inside of you, the Ego on the inside of you, the inner man on the inside of you. That's all sorcery is. That you realize that you're the source. the generator. But because it's attached to black, that's the devil. I want y'all to really think about where we're headed. I'm not making up no terms. Go look it up. Go study. Do something for your brain. Go study to show yourself approved. Stop reading books that completely disregard that there are other books in the Bible. And you ask the average Christian, how many books are in the Bible? 66. That's false. There's more books in the Bible. There were books taken out of the Bible. If that being true, how do you have all the information? And Adam and Eve were nothing more than the atom. ATOM. The Eve gene. It's all scientific. It's all chemistry. It's our cellular structure. When you're born in darkness. You're born in the womb. And you were born in water. It's scientific. You were born in darkness. You weren't born in the light, baby. You came to the light when you got birth. He brought me out of darkness into the marvelous light. He brought me out of darkness. He brought me out of the womb into the earth realm. I was in the true light in darkness. Now I got to live by the false light. You were born in darkness. You were born as a snake. You just call us a sperm. This is why you don't understand the terminology about the Kundalini energy and all of that, because you don't took on this avatar. You think it changes what you started out as. Everything else in nature start out one way and then it end up another way. And we accept that. But when it comes to us, you don't realize you didn't start out like I'm 52 years old. I started out as liquid. I didn't start out as bone. That's alchemy. You were being utilizing alchemy in the womb of your mother. And all of these energies were comprised to make a you. And now you spending the majority of your life trying to change you. You went through that whole formation and transformation in the womb just to come out here to be somebody else. You crazy. That's why you the devil. You deceiving yourself. I ain't trying to be nobody else but a Sagittarius, Moon in Aries, and rising sign Pisces. I don't care if I'm practicing Ifa, black arts, doing good or evil. I'm still a Sagittarius. And I'm going to live out my timeline as a Sagittarius, Moon in Aries, and rising. And I suggest you do the same. But you grown, you ain't got to do. I suggest you really understand your energy. Just like you ain't trying to figure out why sugar is sweet, and you ain't trying to figure out that salt is salt, because you accept it for what it is. The moment you, sir and ma'am, accept yourself as energy that you are, you will be so much better off. You will be able to embrace the things that God had got for you. You would not be in nobody's lane. You will be the cardinal water that you are as a Cancer. You will be the cardinal air element that you are as a Libra. You will be the cardinal earth sign as a Capricorn. You wouldn't be trying to do something. You would be the cardinal fire as an Aries. You wouldn't have a problem being the fixed sign of Aquarius in the air. You wouldn't have a problem with that. You wouldn't have a problem being a Scorpio. You got so much problem with what you were formed at in the these cauldrons were created just like a womb. These cauldrons are able to do the thing that they were created to do. You were created to do something. You wouldn't have a problem being a Taurus, fixed air earth sign. You wouldn't have a problem. You wouldn't have a problem being fixed a fire sign Leo. You would accept that salt for being salt. You accept that sugar for being sweet, and we would function so much better. But everybody trying to be something they're not, and that's why we devil. Because you first of all, you deceiving yourself for who you are, and then you just trying to deceive other people for who you are. Why you got a problem of being mutable fire as Sagittarius? Why you got a problem of being mutable water as a Pisces? Why you sir and ma'am got a problem being a mutable earth element and Virgo? Why? And then you definitely got a problem being mutable air in Gemini. And these ain't gonna never change. I don't care where you practice, what your sexual preference is. I don't care what you get involved in. You're gonna be you. We in the age of Aquarius, and it's about being individual. Aquarius, a true Aquarius, they ain't trying to be like nobody else. That's what we in the age of Aquarius, so we can be function how we supposed to function, not behind what a religion said, not behind what somebody. Cause I told somebody, I'm not gonna let somebody tell me something that don't fit me. If you ain't an 18-wheeler, you ain't got no business at the dealership, the auto parts for 18-wheeler. If you a pickup truck, or you a 4x4, you a sports car, 2-seater, everything else in the universe can function, but man trying to be everything else but what they are. Even my children, Dad, I'm a fire sign in Sagittarius, and I'm a fire sign in Aries moon, and you asking me to calm down. Sometimes I look at my family, I don't know what y'all expect me to be, but I keep telling y'all who I am. Ain't nothing about my makeup say quiet. Ain't nothing about my makeup say calm. Ain't nothing about my makeup say slow. Even with me having a slur, I still will run over the fucking words, because my mind is ruled by Pisces. That's what I am. That's my adaptability. I have two energies in my makeup that allow me to adapt to people. Energy and emotion. And with my growth is in my moon sign. I don't try to tell you. You trying to grow like everybody else growing. It depends on your element. I got to get up and do stuff. Because that's how I grow. Some people can believe God and it work for them. That ain't how I get mine. I got to get on my grind. I remember Demetrius told me, he said, you the hardest working man in country. That's Aries. Why, when somebody looking at you, whether they know your zodiac sign or your zodiac makeup, why they can't look at you and tell you a truck? Why they can't look at you and tell you an excursion? Why aren't you exemplifying the very energy you're born with? That's the easiest thing in the world for you to do. Exemplify the very thing you were created to be. But you so hard trying to turn that Toyota Corolla into a Mercedes. And you going to get mad with everybody else that say it is what it is. It's a Toyota Corolla with a Mercedes emblem. But nonetheless, the factory, they said make, model, and VIN number, it's a Toyota Corolla. I don't care how many emblems you put on it, call it a Mercedes. It's a Toyota Corolla. And you ain't gonna make yourself be no more or no less than what God created you. And all that took place in the womb. All of that, everything you needed and everything you gonna ever be was taking place in the womb. And I was a premium. That's right, I was a premium. And I still got what I needed. And I'm still a Sagittarius. I'm still a moon in Aries. And my rising sign Pisces. So you don't have, even if you ain't stay in the oven that long. If you took 5 months and you got birth, 6 months. Even you got to finish out in the incubator. Your ass is already made. He said, from your mother's womb, I in the void, in the darkness, in your formation, I knew you. He don't get them playing that damn. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some to eat, cause black people, stop with that devil shit. Black people, stop with that devil shit. It's ignorant. It's only a title. It's only a title. It's only a title. And matter of fact, you can fit that title. While you talking about other people in other religions, sir and ma'am, you quite can fit that title. That's why when I say ho, it's some people don't even know they fit that title. Because I answer to it, because I got whole tendency. Don't mean I ho all the time. And anytime. And with anybody. But I know I got whole tendency. But I'm anointed ho. I am a truly Isaiah 10:27. I'm a hoe that is chosen by the divine. I acknowledge that. I'm a blessed hoe. I'm a thoughtful hoe. I'm a trifling hoe. No, nevertheless, I love the Lord. This hoe loves the Lord. All right. I'll see y'all a little later. God bless you.